poppin'? It's your boy. We're back at Legends after a terrible loss by the Knicks to the Cleveland Cavaliers on the second night of a back-to-back home and away series. And Cleveland had all the answers tonight. The Knicks had none.
Yeah.
Steph, how'd you feel about tonight's game?
Yeah, a little disappointed. I wanted us to get both of them. Go into Milwaukee up one game just in case.
Right.
But it didn't happen, and I think it just came down to the Knicks not making shots. I thought the defense was good actually, but offensively, what we shot 16% from three or something like that.
Yeah.
In the 30s, I believe overall. Just a really, really tough loss. We miss RJ Barrett. We miss Julius Randle.
we
miss Julius Randle, all right.
So it's a tough loss.
Yeah, the Knicks were 16.7% from three, 5 for 30.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Only person hitting threes was Dante DiVincenzo. He was 3 for 7.
Yeah, I felt like
I thought he played well.
Yeah, we did. I felt like we got away from him in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, we did, but nothing is really engineered or geared towards Dante DiVincenzo. So it's not like, we're setting things up to go to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And players like that, it's going to be like that sometimes.
If they're hot.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you can see him do some things that the Knicks don't normally do. For example, I think I was telling Tony, because I had, this conversation with Josh all the time about certain things. Is it, the players that know how to do it or don't? Or is it the coaching that's not teaching it? And you see Dante DiVincenzo consistently backdoor cutting.
Correct.
Right. And it's just, that's what he does. And the coach doesn't have to tell him to do it. It's what he does. My hope is that when the Knicks realize things that he can do, when his teammates realize things he can do, when I can see it happening now, they're going to look for him. They're going to find him.
Right.
On those backdoor cuts and they know he can let it go from deep at any time. You know what I'm saying? But he was really the only bright spot for the night. I guess Emmanuel quickly played well. Yeah. He didn't shoot well from three, but he played well for the most part tonight. He helped to keep the Knicks in the game.
Right, he did.
18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists from Emmanuel quickly. Jalen Brunson scored a lot of points, 24 points, but he didn't shoot the ball well. He was 8 for 9 from the free throw line. But I think the story of the night for a lot of people is Julius Randle.
Yeah,
and what is happening? Took 15 shots, 3 for 15, 0 for 6 from the 3-point line, 6 points, 6 rebounds only, 4 assists. I don't know.
You want to go first?
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I go, man. We talked about it before the show. I was walking back up here, man. Just I don't know what's going on with Randle so far this season. It's 5. Look, I'm gonna say this. It's 5 games.
Right.
We kill RJ in the beginning of the season, starting off cold. I'm gonna give him some grace, but right now it's uncharacteristic of him right now. For him to have this slow start. Usually, Randle in the beginning of the season, he's pretty decent. He doesn't have the crazy games.
Great games, but he has okay starts.
He'll give you 20 and 10 in the beginning of the season, something like that. But right now, man, we're talking about 6 points. We're talking about another game he had, I think, 10 points on 23 shots. The efficiency. That's the more concerning thing with me this season, because Randle doesn't usually have bad efficiency seasons besides that other season where he shot, I think, 42% or something like that.
Something like that.
Right. 42% one season.
The thumbs down season.
The thumb down season. But now, right now, it's killing us right now. We're at a point now where it's during the game, I'm screaming yo, take him out right now because he's just not hitting shots. To me, for him to not, and what's in, I'm gonna be honest with you, you pointed it out during the game about Mitchell Robinson, but that's a whole coaching corner type of thing.
That's a whole nother thing. It's just, you can see he's not there. I feel like, the way that we've seen him in the playoffs is the way that we're seeing him right now. I had that type of vibe,
because right now
they're playing a certain type of defense he's not fully there, maybe trying to figuring out how to get his shots or whatever it is, because, teams are, especially when the Knicks aren't hitting the three. Right now, there's basically a wall in the paint.
Right.
And he's trying to figure out where do I get the ball to? You know what I'm saying? And whenever he gets in the paint, there's 3 or 4 guys around him, and he doesn't jump high anyway. Right now he's still recovering from an ankle injury.
Right.
Can't jump. You know what I'm saying? So now he's got to, pivot, find who to kick it out to. He's not always kicking it out to the right person.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was the one time in the first half, I think it was, he had, he cut down the lane, whoever it was found him. All right, the defense collapsed, but DiVincenzo was wide open.
Right. He
spun the opposite way.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy because people know how I felt about Randle, but I'm gonna say it. Do you think it's the ankle? Do you think it's not fully healed yet? Because my thing is, if it's not fully healed yet, man, I'd rather have you in January, February, than to produce what you're producing right now and hurting the team. Like, my thing is, if you're hurt, heal up. Because right now, everybody notices that, you're not focused on the court. To be fair, to be real honest, it looked like he's just going through the motions. Like, we're playing a game. Let me try to do my thing. It's not working well. I got RJ playing good, Brunson playing good. I'm just going to give it to them. It's just looking like he's not there. Like, if Randle, if we weren't so much on Randle, he'll be another guy right now. That's how he's looking, like another guy right now. He has to get it together because, again, our schedule don't get easy. We got the Bucks Friday, 2 days from now. We got them on Friday. Well, right now we're 0-2 at home. I mean, it's early, but it could get away from us really, really quickly.
Yeah.
No pun intended with quickly.
It can.
But
it can. If you're saying wait until January, I don't know if the Knicks make the playoffs if you wait until January without Randle. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But
because I mean, if he's good enough to go, you know what I'm saying? Because even when he's out there and he's not playing well, he's a draw, which opens up the perimeter. Let's put it like this: with Randle scoring 6 points, if they shot more than 16% from the 3-point line, the Knicks probably still win the basketball game. Even with Randle playing bad. So despite Randle,
if we shoot 25% for the 3-point, we win.
So despite Randle and his play, they probably still win if we're knocking down 3-pointers. Part of it is because he is a draw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Randle's not there. I don't know if you have that gravity in your offense.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you make it to January. I don't know if you make it to the playoffs if Randle's not there.
But Sim, I mean, I'm just more stuck on like, it's like, what are you doing for us right now? Like, I get what you're saying about drawing the attention.
Well, I'll say this. Tonight, he didn't do anything. But you can't say that about the other games. He didn't shoot the ball well, but he still would have 12 rebounds, 7 assists, or something like that in the previous 3 games. Tonight, he didn't do anything. But in the previous games, he just didn't shoot the ball well. But he still did other things. You said it at the game.
No, I did. I said
you literally said it at the game. Like, I like the fact that, he's not shooting the ball well, but he's doing other things. Now you're saying, what is he doing for us? You got to make up your mind.
Hey, listen.
This is what I'll say about Randle. Is one thing. You want something else?
Hey, listen, mama, they don't want no wine in me right now. Listen.
Is one thing for your ankle to be hurt. It's another thing for your floor game and your decision making to be off. I see that as 2 distinct things.
Yeah.
And Randle, if he would have made quicker decisions, he could have got some easier shots off. Like, he would cut in the lane, get a pass, just pull up from there. He got to take 2 dribbles. What are you doing? You caught the ball in a perfect spot for you to just pull up and shoot. You dribbling, now you drawing the defense. Now they collapsing on you. Now they get a hand on the ball. Or it slips out, it slips out your hand.
So I think that's what I meant. I think that's what I meant, Sim. So has Randle overall been bad? No. But like you said, it's a decision making and that
especially tonight. The
that was just
terrible.
I mean, you're talking about you're zoned out. I think he was just like, I felt like he was like, all right, we won the other game. Let's just get through this moment.
I don't know if that's what he was thinking, but it's possible that he got frustrated down, that his shots, wasn't falling. But I don't think he was like, yo, we won the last game, so whatever this game. I'm not sure.
Well, I know
I'm sorry.
This
is the last. Damn, y'all know my condition. I didn't forgot. You can't come on now. You can't be interrupting me. You know I can't really pull it back and remember what I had this. It'll come back. It'll come back to me. But I'll say this: we forget January. If Randle doesn't, even if he plays and he doesn't get it together, the Knicks are not going to have a success. Like everybody who's saying that we gonna still go to the playoffs without Randle, we don't need him. He could just be the third option. Hold up. Let's not forget the success of our season, in my opinion, depends on Julius Randle doing Julius Randle things. So at some point he needs to get it together because we're gonna need him, no doubt about it. He's proven. I'm not sure how many players we have on this team that's proven.
Right. Right. Yeah. He's gotta keep proving it. You know what I mean? This is one of those years. He's got to prove it. He's got to prove it again. And I do feel like teams are like using the playoff strategy against the Knicks on Randle. Yeah. I feel like that's what they're doing right now. You know what I mean? Packing the paint, and hoping that the Knicks aren't going to hit threes.
Yep.
And that's the thing. That's why I was very concerned about our shooting coming into the season, because that's how Miami played us.
Right.
So other teams are gonna, do the same. When you want to win this game, you're gonna have to make some shots from the outside. Not one person. One person making shots is not gonna be enough to get us out of this defense. A few players are gonna have to make shots for us to change up our strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, and they got to make them consistently. Like I think teams are coming in, feeling as if like just not trusting or not, or like, I don't really think they can consistently hit threes.
Right.
And so they say, we're going to make them prove it.
Yeah.
And coming right in and packing the paint. If they start hitting threes, then they'll change their strategy. But if they're not, like tonight.
Right.
And Sim, I mean, you're talking about, especially the Cavs, right? How many games has it been? It's been 7 or 8 for the Cavs so far since the playoffs.
Right.
So you got 8 games of game tape to study that, and then you're talking about not just studying the tape against when they face the Cavs, but you're about to tape when they face when we face the Heat.
Right.
And like you said, and it doesn't make anything better when you bring back the exact same squad and just add these. You basically just add DiVincenzo. So you're talking about a team that's pretty much the same, that does the same thing, same offense, same system. You're gonna get exposed a little bit when you don't upgrade your talent on that team. And similar, like you said, you pointed out earlier, just with the whole thing with Mitchell Robinson and him not being able to stretch the floor and the team's packing the paint and building that wall. You can't operate like that. I mean, we got small guards. Our guards are small. Yeah. So when you try to attack the paint, you're talking about you got your defender. You got Mitchell Robinson center, and then you got a help defender. So it's like you got 3 dudes constantly in the paint when you try to drive. Yeah. So I think that's struggling with Brunson too. Because I'm giving Brunson some grace because he had a great year, but I mean we're talking about him too, still finding his goal, which I really believe he will. I'm not really worried about that, but we're seeing it so far this season that people are putting small forwards on Jalen Brunson.
They're going to. They're going to, and you know why they can do that? I hate to say it, Quentin Grimes. The reason why he's not getting a lot of shot attempts. He doesn't really create off the dribble, so he's just a closeout. You're just closing out on him,
right?
So I could put a defensive small forward on Brunson, a long small forward on Brunson. I could put a 6'1" guy on Grimes. And know that all Grimes is going to do is shoot the 3. And he's going to shoot the 3 regardless if the 6'7" forward is on him or the 6'1" guard is on him.
Right.
So now you can put a longer guy on Brunson.
Yeah. And
that's a good point, Sam.
You know?
Point. Yeah. And this is why I was I mean, that's a 6'2". Hey, listen, I want Donovan, but But this is why I'm harping on the Knicks gotta get a wing, man. We have to get a wing.
We were going 4 out. We had like 4 guards out there,
Steph.
and Hartenstein. And it's not even like we had 4 guards who was like lighting it up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, Steph, you're talking about. I told him this. Besides Hartenstein, there was 6'3" down.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how can you play? Like, you can't play, especially in this NBA where most great teams now, they're carrying 2 or 3 wings.
Right.
6, and we're talking about 6'7" to 6'10" wings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, again, we kind of knew this. We kind of knew this when the Knicks went so guard heavy.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. Like 5 years ago, everybody was complaining about the Knicks having no guards.
Too many power forwards, right?
Too many power forwards. Now we got too many guards.
Are we getting killed on the board? I mean, I get what you're saying. It's a valid point, but are we getting killed on the boards, offensive rebounds?
No,
I don't think that. I think it's
not.
the shooting. It's the shooting.
It's the shooting.
And you would think it would be better if you got 4 guards on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. We should be able to shoot better and attack better. It's the shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about, when I was bringing up that 6'7" wing, I was talking about Cleveland or whoever we're playing against. Able to have a wing that can defend Brunson because Grimes can't really do anything off the dribble.
Yeah.
So teams are not afraid that Quentin Grimes, if they put a 6'1" guard on him, they're not afraid that he's going to post them up.
Right.
They're not afraid that he's going to boom, boom, and pull up and shoot over him.
Right.
Because that's not what he does.
Yeah.
Right.
All he's going to do
is shoot.
Or maybe attack off the dribble every once in a while. But he'll do that against either one of those guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think there's a little bit of a issue there. While they can put a longer guy, every small forward they have that can defend, they can put it on Brunson because, Grimes is the one guy that they're probably not worried about.
Right. Unless
he gets hot, of course, but they're not worried about him really creating anything, shooting over top of guys. He's going to do what he does. That's his style of play. He's 3 and D. You know what I mean? So,
right.
That's a limitation of our offense in that starting unit. Right. One of the limitations.
Right.
I mean, I really want to say that I've been harping on the Knicks to shake up this starting 5 because it just to me, I think it plateaued. I think it's reached the best that it can be.
Right.
Like Brunson can individually get better, but we need the starting 5 to be. It needs to go to another level. I just don't think that starting 5 can. I think
collectively or individually, because I still think RJ Barrett has
collectively
can get better. I think there's room for Grimes too. I just think it's gonna take some time.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna take some time. You can see where the Knicks missed what RJ brings to the game tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could see it. There was just a piece of the offense that wasn't there. The whole, Randle handoff to RJ. RJ dribble down, penetrate down the left side of the floor.
Right.
And he's been able to get shots off in the paint. He's been able to, get that left hand layup.
Line.
Right. Get to the line. So the Knicks definitely missed that tonight.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then some of the size in that starting lineup as well, because now you're going with a 6'4" Josh Hart.
Right.
Would you have had Did you have started quickly?
I would have started Fournier.
I would have started Fournier.
I would have said I would have let Fournier start. He's 6'7". He can shoot the ball. You know what I mean? I would have let him start and keep the bench rotation the same. That's what I would have did. Same way he did with Mitchell Robinson last year when he brought in Jericho Sims.
And the same thing he did with when RJ Barrett was out last year. Right. Fournier was the situational player.
Exactly.
And I think you're both right because, again, right, when you look at Cleveland, I think besides Donovan Mitchell, 15 points, 16 points from Karis LeVert. Other than that, nobody was scoring. This would have been the perfect game to start Evan Fournier because what's name couldn't hit shots either.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be real, again, the defense played good defense on Donovan Mitchell in the second half.
Right.
He had 23 points in the first half.
Right.
Ended up with 30. So you're talking about 7 points he scored?
4 of the shots was in the fourth quarter to put the game away.
Right.
Those 2 baskets.
Right. Yeah. Right. To put it away. Yeah. Karis LeVert had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Evan Mobley had 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Those are the only three players in double digits. Nobody else was really, doing much offensively. They ended up shooting 43% from the field. They shot 37% from three. Now, they only took 74 shots on the night. The Knicks took 92 shots. 92 shots. Cleveland took 74. It might have been part of their strategy too, to keep the game a little bit slower.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that they can control their offense a little bit more and not let the Knicks get out and, maybe score in transition or do some things like that.
How many offensive rebounds did we have compared to them? Because a lot of times that's how we get those extra possessions and shoot more than the other team.
Right. We had 16 offensive rebounds.
Okay.
Right. We had 50 rebounds on the whole. They had 46. They only had 6 offensive rebounds. We had 16 offensive rebounds, 34 defensive rebounds. It's just, we're grabbing offensive rebounds, and Mitch had 8 offensive rebounds and 8 defensive rebounds. But when he's kicking it out, we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
We get the second chance shots, but we're not doing anything.
We're not doing anything with him. And I thought in the fourth quarter, at first I was like, Quick is a little helter-skelter. But then I said, look, nobody is scoring. We need him to come in just like that guy, that microwave guy, to just come in and start trying to get shots up to see if we can get something. And he did that for us, actually, in the second half.
He did. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, man. You guys know the situation on the channel. So please, if you can, support the channel. Cash App, $ nothing but Knicks, PayPal, or paypal.me/nothing but Knicks. We definitely appreciate it. Hero, you were here calling the game live.
Yeah, thank God I had some company. Oh, man. Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had some fun.
What was your thoughts on the game? You got to see it from maybe a little bit of different perspective from us seeing it on TV and everything. What was your thoughts?
Nothing was happening for like 3 quarters, I feel like. It was just back and forth. Defense was being played, but, Cleveland was missing a lot of shots. Knicks couldn't really get offense going. They were trying to get the ball movement thing going, but like you said, quickly with the helter-skelter play, Brunson was trying to make water, pull water out of a brick. There was a lot of stuff happening. Julius Randle, I don't know what's going on. I heard you guys talking about him. We were talking about him too. I just don't know what's wrong. We were talking about him in the back. Is he sick? You know what I'm saying? Is it something like where he might have heard some rumors that could have happened and it messed up his mind? Or is it just his injuries? It's a lot of different things, but it's still early in the season, so things can change. But right now, it is frustrating to see, because I really don't know how to call it. I don't want to get too crazy, with the emotion with it,
Right.
So because we got so much more time to wait. But
I think the way that teams are playing. It's kind of the same thing I talked about in the playoffs. He doesn't really have a good dribble, pull up, mid range jump shot.
Who's that?
Randle,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's more of I'm gonna back you down, then I'm gonna spin out and fade away and shoot it.
Right.
Like you take a Jason Tatum or Brandon Ingram, they can just right in front of you, doop, and then pull up.
Right.
Randle doesn't have that. He's not that light on his feet. So when teams are packing the paint, he doesn't have that little mid range he can just go to.
Right.
He's got to develop it.
He's got to. Yeah, he's got to.
You right in the key. And why are you dribbling? You're right there. This is the point I wanted to make earlier, the difference between Randle struggling and Brunson struggling at this point. Brunson is struggling, but he's still getting to his spots.
Yes.
And they're missing short.
Right.
Randle last season, I loved his shot diet. I felt like he had 5 spots, maybe 6, in which he liked to get his shots, and those was the only shots he took. He was able to get to his spots and take his shots.
Right.
This year, maybe they're running him off of his spots. I'm not sure, but it seems like he doesn't know where his shots are.
Yeah.
When he gets a shot, he's trying to make more happen when the shot is right there.
Yep.
So I don't get. And Chris made a good point on that pick and roll with Dante DiVincenzo. All of that space, DiVincenzo, and this is the misconnection because Dante is new. All of that space, so Dante threw it toward the basket because it was so much space.
He didn't
Randle
roll.
fading.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
he didn't roll to the
roll.
basket.
Yeah.
That's one observation I see from Dante too. He's been throwing it to the spot a lot, and guys are just not there.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so that might be something that might open up as time goes on too.
Right.
Right.
As they talk and
I
say,
agree.
hey, I'm not going to throw it to you. I'm going to throw it to the spot. So go get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, something that they should learn.
Yeah, but it looks
You know what I mean?
when the system's not working, it looks ugly, man.
Right.
He tried to throw that alley to Mitch, but Mitch had got fouled. But he just threw it, you know, without Mitch actually being in the spot to catch it. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, it's just weird. You know,
You know.
it's new, something new that we haven't seen before. You know.
Yeah, Dante just knows how to play. He just knows how to play.
Yeah,
He
he's a
knows
good
how to
ball
play.
player.
You know.
Yeah, he knows how to play, knows things to do. And, you know, the guys that don't, he's going to have to, him, Brunson, Hart, you know, if they have some things that they know how to do, they're going to have to teach some of these other guys how to do those things too.
Right.
So that they're doing it instinctively.
The Villanova way.
The Villanova way. Yeah, teach them the Villanova way. You know what I mean?
Right,
Well,
right.
we
But
got-
some of it is just basic. It's a double team, double team. You go to the rim. It's like basic,
Right. Basic
stuff.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
You know, nothing special.
I don't know, but I like what I saw from Dante DiVincenzo tonight defensively. I mean, one of the edges I thought Grimes had on DiVincenzo was that Grimes can guard up, but I saw DiVincenzo guarding up too.
Yeah.
You know, they had him on some small forwards. There was no choice. We was really small. And I thought he did a good job. He doesn't give up on the play. He gets back in the play. The block shot he got. Thing about him, he plays good on-ball defense, but he also plays good team defense.
He does.
As well.
Right.
You know? I really liked what I saw from him tonight.
I mean, in the chat, a lot of people in the chat are like, it's time for Grimes to come out the lineup. Do you think that happens?
Well, you just mentioned Dante, how well he played defense. I mean, he's basically doing what Grimes does. So we got too many guys that do the same thing. You know, I felt like we didn't do we didn't address the power forward spot. So I mean, right now Julius Randle's having a hard time, but we don't have anybody to put him in to cover those responsibilities.
Right.
You know, and the same thing with the small forward spot. We got Dante DiVincenzo fighting for his life on the block. You know, but he's been playing good though.
Right.
Like, I forgot who said it. One of the guys said he's just too short. You know, sometimes like I say, if he was 6'7" with the same skill set, he'll be able to get to the ball. He'll be able to make the right play.
Right.
But now you got Dante. He's so small. He's making the play, but he's so small. You got to go through so much to get it done.
Good point, Ewa. We always talked about if Randle ever got hurt, who would step in? RJ is hurt. Like who stepped in? Now we even smaller because we go
smaller.
Instead of Fournier coming in with a little bit of size, we go with a 3-guard. You know, with a 3-guard lineup.
Somebody got to stand for that because I mean we should have got a backup power forward. We should have gotten a wing. You know what I'm saying? We should have made these simple moves here. There's even players on the bench like we've been talking about it. Jermichael Green. Jermichael Green sitting on his couch right now. He should be on the Knicks.
Right.
You know, he should be on the Knicks right now. And then there's
Taj Gibson.
Taj Gibson's another one. He should be on the Knicks right now.
He should be on the Knicks right now.
We're not asking for a lot of minutes from those guys.
Yeah,
not a lot of minutes.
We just need the insurance to cover these spots when Carmelo Anthony too. Yeah, no doubt about that.
He said Melo.
Yeah, he said Carmelo.
Melo.
Carmelo ain't doing nothing. He was right there.
He was right there.
He was right there.
You know, he been in the building all season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They should have just went up. They should have just went up to the box and threw him a jersey. Come on, let's go. We need you.
Yeah. You know,
we
we still
need
got
you.
it. Got his jersey somewhere in the building.
Yeah. Right.
Knicks 100 at GM said, speaking of RJ, we didn't have a free throw attempt until the end of the third quarter. Is that true? There was no free throw attempts in the first quarter, second quarter?
What?
To the end of the third?
Are you serious? I didn't even pay attention to that. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, so
That's
he was holding that
crazy.
information. I mean, he must have been stressed out right now because I'm stressed instantly.
That's
stressed.
crazy.
Oh
I mean, obviously Randle wasn't going to the line because he wasn't, you know, that's crazy. How many free throws did we shoot all together? The Knicks shot, there were 20 for 30 from the free throw line. And
that's a lot of stress.
That's crazy. The Knicks shot, there were 3 for 4
In the
from
first
the free throw line
in the
first quarter.
Okay. All right.
Right. Jalen Brunson shot 2.
Okay.
Emmanuel quickly shot 2. That's in the first quarter. Second quarter, they were 5. No, I'm sorry. Second quarter, they were 6 for 9. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just stressed me out for no reason. Just now. I'm like, what?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I didn't look at the stats, so I couldn't, I couldn't say.
Yeah. Now in the third quarter, they didn't shoot a free throw in the third quarter.
Okay, maybe that's what
He's trying to say.
Maybe that's what he meant. We didn't shoot one in the third.
Yeah, didn't shoot one in the third quarter. Ron from Still Knicks fans, he said the Cavs, Strus, told the Cavs the blueprint on how to stop the Knicks, because he played for Miami.
Yeah,
Probably did. Probably did.
Well, it didn't work the last game, but it worked today.
But it worked today because the Knicks weren't hitting threes.
Because the Knicks weren't hitting threes. And I think that's the thing. If they hit, we'll take the loss. But we're playing the percentages that consistently they're not going to be able to hit threes.
Right. How bad of a loss do you think it is, because they didn't have Jared Allen, they didn't have Darius Garland. I mean, obviously the Knicks didn't have RJ Barrett, so it evens it out a little bit, but how bad of a loss is it?
We didn't have Julius Randle either, so we were down 2. we were down 2 also.
No doubt.
I think it was a bad loss because I think we still had enough to win, even without RJ, who's been playing well, by the way. Even with Randle 6 points, we knocked down a few shots. We win the game. And this is what, I always talk about timely shots. And that fourth quarter, the game was hanging in the balance. We couldn't hit a shot. Donovan Mitchell came down twice. Bang, bang. Game over.
Yep.
Game over.
He had to move on. Dante overplayed a little bit on that screen.
Mm-hmm.
Crossed up, bomb. And then I forgot, maybe it was a fast break, something. He scored on.
I think it was a
layup or whatever, and it was that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Timely we get some timely shots in.
Yeah.
Maybe the game goes our way.
Right. And we didn't get those timely shots.
No. Yeah. We did.
What
did we shoot in the fourth quarter? We probably shot terrible for the whole game. I don't even think the fourth quarter matters. Yeah, we shot terrible for the whole 15%, 19% from 3. You're not winning like that. 30-something% overall.
Yeah.
61% from the free throw. You're just not winning.
You're not winning that way. So in the fourth quarter, the Knicks shot 33% from the field. They shot 12.5% from the 3-point line, 64.7% from
that's the game.
From the free throw line.
Correct.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
26 points in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah, you're not. And I mean, they outscored the Cavs in the fourth quarter. It was the third quarter where they outscored the Cavs 26-24 in the fourth quarter, but in the third quarter, they got outscored 22-13. Only scored 13 points in the third quarter.
We're talking about if they would have shot 20%, we would have won the game. It's not
right.
You're not asking for so much.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
I don't know. The shooting is. It feels like the 3-point shooting is going to come and go. And if the Knicks are hitting shots, they're going to be in games or win games. If they're not hitting shots, there'll be losses like this. Their defense will keep them in it. The hustle will keep them in it.
Right.
But somebody's got to be able to. And so far, Brunson hasn't been able to do it. But someone, when you got games like this, when you're not hitting anything, someone's got to be able to step up and take it and say, I got it.
That's usually Brunson.
That's usually Brunson. Right.
Yeah.
He's by himself right now, man.
Yeah, he is. It's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where the Knicks are gonna go.
Yeah.
But if we keep having off and on shooting, it's gonna be like this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they hit a stretch where they're knocking down threes every night, it'll open some things up for them. I don't know if they can hit that. They got to hit that stretch.
Yeah.
They got to hit that stretch.
Yeah.
I think they will. But I mean, we were talking about, you said 20 games, right?
20 games.
Give or take 20 games. But, I was saying also that after 20 games, we can have a losing record. So we can't really get too far deep in the hole where we have to be, digging ourselves out of the damn thing,
Right.
Because we got the Clipper, we got Milwaukee, and then Monday we have the Clippers.
Right.
And then after that, San Antonio, who just beat Phoenix, so you can't sleep on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
No doubt.
You got Milwaukee. You got James Harden.
Clippers. Yeah,
But speaking of Milwaukee, tonight
they got blown out.
Lillard had 15 points. Giannis had 16. Giannis had 4 rebounds.
Yeah,
So
they got blown out.
Yeah.
So other teams are having their problems too. So
Yeah, we're not the only one struggling.
Yeah,
You're right. And Randle isn't the only player struggling early in the season.
Yeah.
Miami is 1-4.
Miami's 1-4.
1-3 or 1-4. They only won one game. Yeah.
What do you think about that Milwaukee game? They got smacked tonight, lost 130 to 111. But what do you think about that Milwaukee game? They are. It's a tournament game. It's a tournament game. It counts towards the tournament. Yeah. It counts towards the tournament. Right now, Milwaukee is 2-2 on the season.
coming up.
All right, Milwaukee's 2-2. Obviously, the Knicks are now 2-3 on the season. Milwaukee's not playing well. They lost tonight to Toronto. Terrible loss for the Milwaukee Bucks. But they're trying to figure some things out too. Right? They're trying to figure some things out. The Knicks need to get that win, I think, though. I think they got to get that win versus Milwaukee. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But they're 2-3. I'm not trying to fall to 2-4. They got it. Yeah, they got to have everybody shooting. Everybody shooting, man.
I don't care how we're shooting. We can't win if Randle don't play well.
Nah, that's true.
Against the Bucks.
Speaking of Randle, I mean the Raptors. They got a bunch of fours there. They're basically starting 4 fours and a point guard. So I mean, Barnes had 12 rebounds. That dude, Jake Polo, he had 11 rebounds. Siakam had 6 rebounds. And you still got Anunoby there too. So they got a bunch of guys that can rebound, rebound wise, like very, very strong rebounders. The Knicks only got Julius. If Julius is not just himself, what chance do we have here? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, Mitch is gonna have his hands full.
Yeah,
pulled away from the paint with Lopez
because he's gonna have a lot of strong rebounders, attacking him.
Right. And now you got 2 guys, and Damian Lillard and Giannis that can really attack the rim. You know what I mean? Now the Knicks they're gonna do that wall thing, right?
Right.
They're gonna play similar to the way teams play against the Knicks. They're gonna crowd the paint, try to force Giannis to shoot when he has the ball.
Right.
How are they gonna guard Damian Lillard? Probably similar to the way that they guarded Donovan Mitchell, except there's another guy out there in Giannis that can really hurt you pretty bad. You know what I mean? So but they haven't been playing well. They're trying to figure it out and get used to each other.
Yeah, Middleton got to get it together. They got another guy too. They got Billy Beasley. He had 20 points tonight.
Yeah.
So we got to play defense on 5 guys when we play against Milwaukee, man.
But the Knicks play better on the road than they play at home.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That's a home game, ain't it?
No, that's a road game.
Oh, all right.
Yep, it's a road game. They're in Milwaukee, I believe. I believe they're in Milwaukee. It's in Milwaukee. Yeah, it's in Milwaukee. I mean, the Knicks have started their first 6 games, 4 of them on the road.
Well, let's see if that's good for us.
It might be. You know what I'm saying? It might be. When the Knicks start playing at home, it's not like the crowd wasn't hostile or nothing tonight. So, but they'll notoriously play better on the road. They'll get there.
Yeah,
the crowd will get there.
Yeah, man.
No doubt about that. The crowd will get there. Yeah, hope for the best, man. Hopefully we can get that win. I don't think Tibbs is switching up the lineup. If he's going to switch it, I don't think he does it till game 20. That's normally around the time when he makes changes in the lineups if he's going to make a change.
You might have jinxed it when you said I'm starting Fournier earlier today.
We said Isaiah jinxed it.
Oh yeah,
his family.
See you later,
all
Mom.
right. I mean, yeah, Isaiah jinxed it. He jinxed it. He jinxed the game.
Yeah.
He jinxed the third quarter. Said we've been having good third quarters. We scored 13 points in the third quarter tonight.
I definitely jinxed it.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I think he should have started Evan Fournier. I think if you start Evan Fournier, he already has some continuity with Randle, with those guys. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot the basketball. You keep the bench the same. So now your rotation is kind of the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same. So now you're not asking people to step outside of what they've been doing.
Maybe he lights a few under himself too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he listen. At this point, he's trying to prove to people that he belongs in the league.
Right.
He might have gave you a good game. I would have started Fournier.
Right.
But
at the same time, Harlem mentioned also too, Grimes. This was Grimes' chance to do something.
It was.
RJ was out of
doubt.
here, so he's in the starting lineup. So he should have taken the initiative and said, "Listen, okay, well, RJ's not here."
He should have said, "That's 6 more shots for me tonight."
Yeah.
Taking some shots, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh well, man, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. It's 11:30. I got a long ride. You know what I mean? I got a long ride, so I'm gonna start packing up and get up out of here so I can.
You got anything going on tomorrow, like a game or something like that?
Let me see. Tomorrow, practice.
Okay.
Practice at 5:00
p.m. Right?
p.m. I'm not getting home till 5:00 a.m.
This guy's saying, I don't get it, man. You be driving.
I'm not getting home till 5 a.m.
Drive right to practice.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go home, catch a couple, snooze for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Try to get up and be ready to go. But tomorrow night, when I get home from practice, I'm
knocking out,
crashing.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm crashing.
Grimes.
I mean,
you have somebody aggressive coming on.
Yeah, listen. I don't. I think. Around game 20, if Grimes is still playing like this, I think then you might see the change.
Yeah.
Who's there? Who ends up being there? I don't know, but I think you might see the change. It could be DiVincenzo. It could be Quickly.
Oh, Quickly out of here! Come on, we get.
I don't know.
Coming back home.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. And ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to support me. If you find it in your heart, definitely support the channel. We've been demonetized. Nothing more I can say about it, but Cash App, $ nothing but Knicks, PayPal, PayPal.me/nothing but Knicks. So go ahead and support the channel. We definitely appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get up out of here.
Go Black, it's time.
Peace.